What's going on, guys? This is Burrs. I want to talk to you today about Tec-Shield Elite. This is a new CLP that's on the market. It's a dry lube and it's also a cleaner. And what they say is, in its wet form, it's a cleaner. In the dry form, it's a lubricant. So you want to wipe your stuff down clean to get it to go to the lubricant side. If you want it clean, spray it on, brush it down, wipe it off, and you can use it as a cleaner. CLP. This is a odorless, biodegradable, and non-toxic CLP. Like I said, it's dry and it's odorless cleaner and lubricant. Made in the USA, which is probably the best part. But also, you know, it's a dry lube. So if you're operating or you're using your weapon in a dry environment, you know, like Arizona, New Mexico, etc., you know, and you're looking for a nice dry lube that really works well, you know, I really am going to recommend the Tec-Shield Elite. I've been using it for the past few weeks. More recently, when I went to Rich Graham Trident Tactical's home defense course recently, probably put 400-500 rounds through my gun, and you know, it ran like a champ. It is a Glock anyhow, and it runs like a champ just because it's a Glock. As you can see here, there's nothing in the chamber, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off, take the slide off. So let's talk about the slide first. A lot of the stuff I see with the Glocks and such is this little firing pin plug. I forget the technical term, but I'm going to call it the firing pin plug. This little plunger right here. And you always get a huge amount of buildup there, in my experience. As you can see here, there's really not a lot on the Tec-Shield Elite, and I've, you know, cleaned this down, and I've, you know, oiled up dry lube wise, you know, the rails and this little area right here and the barrel. And as you can see, there's really no buildup there. There's really no carbon buildup at all on the entire gun, and you definitely would see that within, you know, 4 or 5 rounds like I have. I've used FireClean and ran about 200 rounds through my gun probably about 2 months ago, and there was a huge buildup of carbon, but that's how that FireClean works, you know. And I actually like this better because it doesn't have that huge buildup of carbon all over your crap, you know, all over your gun. And that's one thing I do like. The thing I've noticed is, you know, even though it is a, you know, it is different to use, like compared to like a Froglube, Hoppies, whatever, you know, it's a dry lube, so it doesn't look like it's on there. As you can see on the barrel there, you know, it doesn't look like anything's on there, but it is, because it's a dry lube. So, you know, you gotta get used to that if you're going from a wet lube to a dry lube. But, you know, only you know if you really need a dry lube. I've been using it, and I'm more in a humid environment over on the East Coast, but, you know, you can use it pretty much in any environment. They say that it doesn't freeze, it won't freeze up on you. If you put it on there and then you wipe it off and it's dry, it's not gonna have a problem in cold environments. And you know, there's a lot going for this product. It's a nice family-run business. Joe over there, I met him at the Second Amendment shoot. We talked a lot. I even shot one of their guns that's in the Haas USMC's video, and that gun felt like glass. The slide and the action on that, probably because of the number of rounds that it's going through it using Tec-Shield, which I only have about 400 or 500 right now. But that M&P, that was a test gun that I used, probably had a lot more than 400 or 500 rounds through it with Tec-Shield. And the more you use it, the more it, you know, the more it seasons itself in, right? It's like cast iron. You got to oil it, keep it seasoned. That's kind of the new thing with all of the CLPs lately, is the more you use them, the more they kind of break in and season themselves into the gun, in my experience. But, you know, so hopefully with more time, I'll kind of get the action to feel better on the slide and such. But, you know, using a different CLP is like putting more horsepower into your Mustang or your Camaro. You put one part on, you know, you have the seat of your pants kind of feel, and does it really make a difference? Can you tell a difference? You really can't, in my opinion. I mean, do I think it's good? I'm sorry, do you think it's better than like Froglube, FireClean? I really can't tell. I know it's good. I know it does the job. I know that it has a really cool factor in the fact that it's a dry lube. You know, there's no mess. I do like that. But is it like, oh, I can feel 10 more horsepower or not? It's kind of a toss-up. It's definitely up there though with Froglube. I think FireClean's coming in a close second to them too. Because because FireClean, you know, it really gets dirty. Almost, you know, the more dirty and carbonated it is, the better it is. And I really don't like that. But with Tec-Shield, like I showed you there, it really does not build up with the carbon, which is a huge positive in my book. So, if you guys have any questions on this stuff, go ahead and go to the link below. I'll link to their website. They have lots of different uses out there for it. You can use it in archery, you can use it to lube your pellet guns, robot joints, 100% of guitars stuff, rooftop evaporator coolers. They have a whole shopping wheel cart, wheels on a cart. They have a whole bunch of different uses on their website, so you can go through those. And you know, if you have any questions, Joe over there at Tec-Shield Elite really, you know, he took some time with me and went through this and you know, answered all the questions I had, and I'm really impressed with the product so far. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them down below, or go over there and they'll field them over at Tec-Shield Elite. If you guys have Tec-Shield and use it, go ahead and put it in the comments section below. Until next time, later. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off, take the slide off, and we can get to talking about, well, if I actually could get it to come off.